You remember how many times I've mentioned Black Lives Matter martyrs? And how many of them don't deserve to be considered martyrs? Who were killed resisting arrest? Killed shooting at police officers? Killed endangering their families? If you are a Black Lives Matter supporter, or a member, or or on their side, or you don't like cops, if you think we have a police brutality issue, any amount of the above, in the name you want to use, little say her name shtick you want to use, if Korryn Gaines is on that list of names, you have forfeited your right to be taken seriously. Or you never had a right to begin with, honestly. But you forfeited your ability to be taken seriously. What happened to Korryn Gaines is so well documented. And it's so clearly her fault that she had an intention on purpose to be killed by police. That she told her freaking 4-year-old son to tell her goodbye hours before this incident, and swore that told the police they would have to kill her. You want to know how compliant the police were because she basically had her kids hostage in that car? Everything she said can actually be legally construed as a lethal threat. And yet, the cops are like, okay, first of all, they have special training for what Korryn was. Korryn didn't say the words Black Lives Matter, as far as I know, during any point in her being pulled over for not having any tags, for not having a license, for refusing to cooperate with police, which is an arrestable offense that she apparently wasn't arrested for, or was. I'm not sure about that. And because her kids were in the car, they try not to mess with her. See, what Korryn Gaines was a sovereign citizen. It was people who were told a bunch of false information about the law online and are told that they don't have to comply with lawful orders from police officers. That is not true. Told that they don't have to recognize police officers as authorities of the state. That's not true. And told that they don't have to comply with freaking driver's license or IDs or fucking having tags or registrations or insurance in their car. None of that shit is true, okay? So Black Lives Matter, you have the opportunity to distance yourself from this crazy bitch because she was a sovereign citizen, which is some bullshit-ass, dumb-ass fucking conspiracy cult nonsense online. And it ain't have nothing to do with you. She was wanted for assault, wanted for failure to appear in court and shit, and they didn't arrest her. Because they didn't want to fuck with her kids. She was telling her kids to physically fight the police officers. Her kids were like fucking, 4 and 2? Fight the police officers, she told them, inciting them to violence. And they didn't want to hurt her. You could say that was because they were being recorded, or you could say that was because of her kids. I'm inclined to believe the latter. It could be both. Who knows? And so sometime after that, they show up at her house with a warrant for her arrest. And she's got a shotgun. They have a multi-hour-long standoff with Miss Gaines. At which point that she's basically holding small children hostage with a Mossberg shotgun. Threatening the police officers, telling them to kill her, telling them she's going to kill them. And they waited. They didn't go in after her. They brought in her fucking parents to beg her to leave. They had to beg her to fucking let, her boyfriend or whoever she was staying with out of the house. And to let the kids out of the house. But she kept her son. A poor fucking kid. Okay? And she kept pointing her gun at cops. And they're begging her. Just surrender. Just fucking surrender. Please. She didn't want to surrender. It's very clear that she wanted to die. She wanted the cops to kill her. I don't know why. It's probably crazy from the look in her eyes. And she was killed because she pointed a shotgun at the cops. And that cop shot at her, and she shot at the cop. And she died, and her son got shot. Thankfully, it sounds like he's going to be not perfectly fine. He's going to be all right. And nobody even knows what hit him, whether it was a police officer or her own mom, because she kept pointing a shotgun at him. This bitch ain't no martyr, okay? She's attempted cop killer, wanted for assault, non-compliant. There wasn't a fucking inkling. Not one fucking iota, not one atom, not one electron, not fucking one subatomic fucking quark of fault with the Baltimore police officers, the Baltimore Police Department. This bitch killed herself on purpose. You gotta obey the law, bitch. This happened because they're gonna steal her car. No, they're gonna tow her car because you can't drive without a license. You can't drive without registration. You can't drive without your fucking tags. The end. That ain't no fucking white supremacy, bitch. That's everybody who fucking drives and owns a car. It's the fucking law. This is simple fucking shit. Simple. You don't point a shotgun at the cops when there's a warrant for your arrest for failure to appear. Everybody's got to appear in court. You can't assault people. You can't drive without a suspended license. You can't fucking drive without your tags. They didn't steal her tags. They took her fucking license. As in she can't fucking drive. And then went into a big old police standoff and was killed because she wouldn't surrender. Killed herself. This is what's called suicide by cop. Not murder. Not unjustified homicide. Not unlawful use of lethal force. This is called suicide by cop. Comprende. If you use the unfortunate death of this woman and the horrible fucking hell she put her family and her children through because she was a crazy bitch. If you use her, you have no right to be taken seriously. You never had one to begin with, but there's no reason to take you seriously. Sandra Bland was a big ass fucking stretch. Freddie Gray was a stretch. And way back in the day, I honestly thought Darren Wilson murdered a man. Turns out I was wrong. But that at least, you had some mystery until all the facts came out, until the coroner's report. There was a way to see it. Like a murder. Like an unjustified homicide. Korryn Gaines is an attempted murderer. The person she attempted to murder was the cops. Why'd you shoot her in self-defense? And fucking bless them cops for being such good shots that her kid didn't get seriously injured and die. This woman is utterly indefensible. A horrible mother. A horrible girlfriend. A horrible daughter. A horrible citizen. But especially a horrible mother trying to radicalize her fucking kids. Might as well put a turban on her head and switch the Mossberg to an AK. Bitch, a terrorist. Literally. Anyway. She didn't claim y'all Black Lives Matter. It's in your best interest not to claim her. She's a fucking psycho sovereign citizen. I hope where her children end up, they have way better parents than her. It ain't much to ask. Because she was shit. Anybody who tells you Korryn Gaines was murdered. The fucking retard. Is an ideologue. Doesn't give a shit about fact. Don't give a shit about what really happened. Doesn't give a shit about the truth. Black bodies. Black bodies. What a fucking morbid ass fucking phrase. Black bodies. It's like y'all talk about yourselves like you're already dead. You fucking serious. Idiots. Unfortunately, lethal shootings done by police, whether justified or not, happen all the time. And you guys got enough unjustified ones to run with. But you don't care about justified or unjustified. You only care about your narrative. Black bodies. Black bodies. This is why I've been calling them racists. This is why I've been calling them crazy. This is why I've been calling them freaking self-made niggers. As in, you saw them, they're like, nobody wants to hurt you, man. We just want to hand you a ticket, and I'm sorry we're going to have to tow your car. Like, you can walk home. We can help you get home. You know, don't do this in front of your kids. Yeah, that's white supremacy. No, that's a woman telling everybody, nah, don't be talking to me with any respect. You know, don't be telling me that this is law. Nah, y'all gonna murder me. Nah, what she was just niggerifying herself. Saying, y'all gonna treat me like the narrative says I am to be treated. You know, don't treat me with no respect. You're supposed to kill me. You're supposed to kill me because I'm a nigger. No, fucking stop doing this to yourselves. Holy shit. Do you want this? You're acting like you want this. She went out of her way to die on purpose. Suicide by police officer. Fucking fucking killed. Might as well have put the own shotgun up to her own head and pulled the trigger. Probably would have been just as traumatizing to her poor fucking innocent kids. Think I might be racist or something for using that word. Wanting to be a nigger. Making yourself out to be a nigger. You know exactly what I mean. This ain't the fucking 1960s anymore. Things aren't perfect. Racism still happens. It's not systemic. You have the opportunity to not be a part of this fucking process. Korryn Gaines forced everybody around her. Her family, her children, the Baltimore Police Department, her neighbors, everybody forced them into this shit. Tried to niggerify everybody. And look what happened. Is this what you want? Is this your martyr? Is this your fucking exemplar? Jesus Christ. Don't do this to yourselves. Don't fucking hold this as an example of how to fucking communicate with police officers. This will get anybody who does it killed. Child, adult, male, female, black, white. Do this and this shit will happen to you. Maybe you won't die, but you're going to get shot full of holes, guaranteed. And I don't want none of that shit to happen to no fucking buddy. But it's 2016, people. And apparently this shit has to go along with anything legitimate. This is a fucking rinky-dink ass, fucking trick ass, fucking bullshit dog and pony show. Wag the dog, everybody. Thanks for watching.